Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here we go. Fresh start.
Yep. Not off the rails whatsoever.
Welcome to the Chaos with Care podcast. I am one of your hosts, Quinn, and this is...
I'm MG. Hello.
Hello. Yes, MG is a good friend of mine. We have decided to start up a brand new podcast today, and it's been in the works for about 3 weeks now, and we've done some planning, but when you get down to it, we are brand new at this, so we will have to learn as we go. So, the name of the podcast is called Chaos with Care. Why is it called Chaos with Care? Ooh, do you want to say or should I?
I mean, it's just a mixture of all the... No, you go ahead and do it. I got nothing.
It's called Chaos with Care because, well, we are going to be delivering all the chaos in the world and speculating on it and giving opinions, which everyone needs more white male opinions in the world, especially the ones that are kind of open-minded. And so that is where the chaos comes in. The care part comes in because, well, we have good hearts, of course.
And to be fair, all the minorities that we asked to be on this show told us no. So
we only
I don't know
one,
what that says about us, but
yeah, we'll get some. We just need the exposure first.
All right.
But yeah.
Do Puerto Ricans count?
No.
Okay.
The topic of discussion today that we are going to be covering is weather manipulation. Now, I will say that I've been following conspiracies for about as long as I can remember. I've always been on the up and up with that. And it turns out that conspiracy theorists are being proven right a lot lately. And so I do have some knowledge in this field. MG and I had been talking about... You brought a fucking hat.
I'm getting ready for the weather.
Oh my god.
It's about to get stormy in here.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's going to be so much raining of information and knowledge.
Information will rain down on the people.
We're going to be drowning in it.
Yes. We are going to be tackling that because it seems like not a lot of people are talking about this, and all the information's out there. You just got to look. And so that's what we've done. We've done a little bit of research. We were actually talking about weather manipulation the other day, and we were about to get into it. And we both realized that we both knew a decent amount about weather manipulation. So instead of having the conversation the other day, I just said, let's save it for the podcast. And that's exactly what we did. So he knows something about it, a little something, and I know a little something.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we are going to share what we have learned.
But before we do that, Quinn, I would just like you to know that I've been doing a lot of call outs, but a lot of marketing strategization, and we actually have about like 12 sponsors now. Believe it or not.
That has got to be bullshit.
No, it's absolutely not. There's about 12 sponsors now. We're gonna do a couple. We'll do a couple this show. And yeah, they're very
honestly shocked. What kind of fucking 2-bit hack would sponsor us?
No, these are quality products that we're gonna be advertising on this show. They've put it on us to be responsible, marketing their products as we go forward. Not.
Well, we do need income from this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why else would we do it?
Okay. So would you?
Well, I had no idea about this.
Oh yeah, no. So
we're sponsored, baby. Hell yeah.
So the first half of this episode is brought to you by Vagina O's. There's no better way to start the day than with Vagina O's. All natural toasted oats infused with the essence of your original home, their vagina, specifically your mom's. There's 3 flavors to choose from: after shower, after gym, and for old souls, grandma style. So rush to the store now and pick up a box of Vagina O's, the only vagina flavored cereal. So that's nice, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
very
very nice.
it's all for you. I mean, I feel like it would tailor nicely to the male feminists, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Wanna go out there, or
definitely.
people that want to get in touch with their feminist side by.
How long does the cereal keep? You know, until it goes bad.
I think so that is one. I'm glad you said that. That is one disclaimer that the company wanted me to say. So when you open the box, it's gonna definitely smell like they already went bad, but they're fine. Just like any other company, they print the expiration date on there. It lasts up to about a year or so.
Okay.
So
So don't get turned off by the vagina smell.
almost
people.
immediately, yeah. After shower's not so bad.
I think I'd probably stay away from the granny one until I was old age. You know, be a lot more appealing to me
Or
now.
not.
But that kind of speaks to the product itself. They've got every demographic for that cereal.
Yes. Yeah. And I think some people, even the youngsters, might like granny style. You know, a little
Opening minds. Yes.
well, what I'm reading is I think granny style. Okay, so granny style is going to have a hint of cinnamon, brown sugar, and vagina.
Lovely. Well, yes. Thank you for sponsoring us, Vagina O's.
Yay!
I'm sure they're gonna cut us a fat check.
Yeah.
Go out and buy yourself a box, folks. Money.
Yeah. Money.
Without further ado, let's jump into it. We're here to talk about weather manipulation. I brought some note cards so I don't get my facts mixed up. Should I start or should you?
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Okay. Well, I will. I'll get us started here. Okay. First thing I want to talk about is Texas. Last July, Mystic Camp is it was a camp that was in Texas that got hit along with other parts of the state. But that camp, they got the worst of it. About 60 people died, and they were not prepared for it. Texas is not used to getting as much rain as they did. Now, they got 10 inches of rain in 2 days. There were 100 people that died, and yeah, 60 of them came from the camp. It's pretty fucked up. They couldn't evacuate. They really didn't have any plan in place for something like that. Why? Well, because it doesn't rain like that down there. And there was a CEO of a company called Rainmaker Irrigation, and the CEO had to testify in court, and he admitted to seeding clouds 2 days before it happened, and they seeded it with silver iodide, and that's what potentially caused all the flooding. Now, mainstream outlets will have you believe that this was proven false and that there was no substantiated claims here, but as we all know, when you have a lot of money and you have a big company, you can shift the narrative however you want it. I just think it was a little suspect that disaster had happened, and next thing you know, they get 10 inches of rain. Thoughts on that?
Was it like a Christian camp or
Yes.
a Girl Scout camp,
Yes,
right?
something like that. It was for kids.
All right.
I forget if it was Christian or not, but there was a lot of kids there.
I hear you on the science part, but is it just possible that God hated them and wanted them to die? Thoughts?
That is, I really hadn't thought of that.
Okay.
Brother.
I don't know. Just like what are these girls up to?
If there is a God, then he's probably impartial and not worried about fucking over some kids in Texas at a camp. You know, that's just my guess. I was trying to take a more scientific approach to
Oh,
this.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, personally, but yeah, I mean,
Doesn't God make it rain though? Not like silver iodide
well,
or whatever.
I don't know if we need to get into theology here.
God looks down on our country, sees all the gays kissing, and he cries, and that's why it rains. That's what the 700 Club and
I think I heard that.
Joel Osteen told me that. He's from Texas.
Joel Osteen. Well, that's a guy we can all look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second thing that I would like to bring up would be 2024, the United Arab Emirates floods. Yeah, well, they got 5 inches in a day. They don't ever get any rain. I have been there, and it's dry as fuck, as you could imagine. It is a big, fat desert that is hot as shit.
It's about as dry as grandma-style oats.
Very
did
good
it.
work. Very good
We
work.
did it. All
Just
right.
casually slip that in there. I love that. Man, I'm so proud of you.
That's called a callback.
But yeah, no, they
Oh.
hardly ever get any rain. Get down, Peps.
No, she's good.
Sorry, that's my
He's-
dog.
Yeah.
They hardly ever get any rain, and they got 5 inches in a day. And in the UAE and Dubai, that is about a year and a half to 2 years worth of rain just in one day. Now, Dubai has publicly kept records of cloud seeding. They've been documenting this since the 90s. It is not a secret. This is actually something that you can look up. But with that aside, 21 people died, and it really fucked up their infrastructure. The airports shut down for a long time. Parking garages had to be rebuilt. Hospital, you name it. Just it royally fucked them, and it's not even speculation. They don't get that kind of rain. It was cloud seeding that did that. If you think about it, if they were seeding clouds, okay, which they were, and they caused 5 inches of rain and 21 people died, who gets held accountable for that? Nobody. Nobody was held accountable for that. Nobody was held accountable for the Mystic Camp either. It was all just, oh yeah, y'all are crazy. It wasn't us. And, nothing ever came of it. But realistically, people died, and it's because of weather manipulation, and nobody had to pay up for it. No consequences. It's kind of fucked up.
Nah, I'm once again, if I could play the God card here, I don't really sure God doesn't like those. If God didn't like the girls in Texas, he really doesn't like people in Dubai.
But it could have been God. It could have been cloud seeding. Now, I've told you a couple things that I want to touch on. How about you hit me with a little knowledge here? Because I'm curious what you know about this subject.
So basically, I did go in a very scientific route of like stuff that was that was proven. You've touched on the cloud seeding part. I did have to look it up though, because at first, like when I pictured cloud seeding, I thought it was just like people that were like into clouds, like really into clouds, and they'd go parachuting and try to like parachuting naked and try to fuck the cloud.
Wait, what?
Or people like I pictured like people in a plane that with like an open cargo door that was like trying to jack off into the clouds.
This is not all that scientific, my brother.
No, but that's what I thought it was at first.
Oh, hence the seed.
Yeah, it's not that.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's not a bunch of men jacking off and trying to inseminate the clouds, trying to make a sky god.
Probably helping the one other guy out there that thought that.
No, it was multiple. I found a Reddit. It just covers all of it. But anyway, I avoided that because it's not the case. But as you said, they either use planes or by using ground cannons, which sounds awesome, but mostly planes. They use the silver iodide. And it's like a dust, and what happens is it kind of mimics ice. So it's like crystallizes up there, mimics ice.
Yep.
Creates the particles into either rain or snow. Typically, this practice is done like United States. It's done in California. It's done in Colorado. It's done in Texas, like you mentioned, Utah. Places obviously don't get a lot of rain. China has a massive program that does it, as you mentioned. The United Emirates.
Well, here's a statistic
the
for
United
you.
Arab Emirates.
50 plus countries are cloud seeding.
Yeah.
50 or more. Yeah, it's quite a few.
So navigating through this, there was an interesting covert military operation that was declassified. It was called Project Popeye. All right.
Yeah, never heard of it.
All right. Now picture yourself, this in the jungles of Vietnam. All right.
I'm there, man. I'm
All
there.
right. So this took place in between the dates of 1967 to 1972. It was ran by the Air Force.
5-year operation.
And it was held by the 54th Weather Reconnaissance Squadron. Okay?
Okay.
That's a thing.
This is all new to me. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
All right. So what the purpose of this is to cloud seed all over parts of like Vietnam and Laos and Cambodia possibly as well.
Is this why it rained in Forrest Gump for like 2 months?
It was raining sideways and upways and other ways, all kinds of ways it was raining.
Okay. I didn't mean to derail you, but it just clicked. Okay.
All right, so
it was very popular.
This was all because the main troop and supply route for the North Vietnamese army was the Ho Chi Minh Trail. You ever heard of that?
Never.
Okay, so it's a very, very famous supply route that they had, and it was basically to cause disruption. So the idea is they're going to cloud seed the whole area, create all this rain during the monsoon season, because it's very, very typical.
I mean, I could have met. That's like adding gas to a fire.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. So
it rains a lot over there already.
yeah, so there is a monsoon season. I forget the exact dates and period and time of it happens, but they were extending it by a month or several months each time throughout this period of time. They were doing this.
Out of here.
Okay,
but why?
well the whole reason is because they were trying to keep letting it destroy and just basically make the Ho Chi Minh Trail completely inoperable, like basically a mudslide. So they couldn't route supplies through this main trail and move troops. Okay, that was the idea. Now,
Strategical.
right. Now you might be thinking this might be the first fucking cool shit that came out of Vietnam, and because historically speaking, when you talk about Vietnam, it was so fucked to begin with that there ain't really great stories that come out of it. A lot of fucking trauma. A lot of civilian deaths, just a lot of bad things took place in Vietnam. But now finally we have evidence of something really cool happening with the Air Force and trying to control the weather and whatnot.
I don't know if they need more power. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't go even remotely close to how they intended it, and they still did it for 5 years.
Well, that's something I want to touch on a little bit later. Unintended consequences and such.
So the data showed too many inconsistencies to prove that the operation had achieved its goal by trying to make the Ho Chi Minh Trail inoperable. There was, however, a lot of data that showed severe environmental devastation and real fuckery with the locals. The cloud seeding had extended the monsoon season from anywhere to about 30 to 60 days, which was the project's original intent, but it was next to impossible to centralize the extended rainfall to the intended target, which again was the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
That sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like a big fucking problem.
Yep. It sounds like a giant problem for the rest of people that lived in the area.
Yeah,
nobody that had anything to do with the war whatsoever.
Yeah,
right.
It does. That's kind of fucked up. It sounds like they had, no control over what was actually what was going to be impacted.
So the damage and havoc among the civilians included massive flooding, mudslides, crop devastation, homes destroyed, and ironically, the civilians' main supply routes that they had were now completely fucked. So they did destroy supply routes, but it was for the civilians trying to get around God. Do not have. Now, mind you, they did cause some destruction of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, but that was being organized and maintained by the North Vietnamese army that had the infrastructure to immediately take care of any damage. Guess who didn't have that same infrastructure to control things? The farmers of the local farmers around Vietnam. So it also, environmental impact to it was also massive as well, because now you had flora being completely destroyed that wouldn't ordinarily in low-lying areas.
Yeah.
So areas that does not get very much flooding at all now are completely flooded out, destroying the flora, which is going to affect the environment and the local animals and the fauna and whatnot. So yeah,
it's I mean, to have that kind of power to do something like that is should anyone have that except God?
Well, it's gonna exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Those girls deserved it.
But that
That's what
does
you
beg
just
that
said.
question. Does anyone deserve to have that kind of power? I
Okay.
am gonna take a stance here and say no,
Well,
personally.
brings up a really good point, and it's a really nice segue into what happens following the war. All right.
All right,
So
educate me.
1971, while this is still occurring, towards the end of it, very famous journalist, award-winning journalist Jack Anderson, he exposes Project Popeye, and America reads firsthand of what lackey Looney Tune shit the Air Force was up to while the Vietnam was still going on.
Wait, this journalist uncovered all that?
Yeah, it was 1971. I forget who he was working for at the time. I don't know if it was the Times or who it was.
Huh.
All right, so that occurs, and then in 74, the government actually declassifies Project Popeye. So now it's out to the public. They declassify it. Now everybody can read what the hell they were up to. But in that declassification, the PR point of view for the government, for the U.S. government and the military, I should say, the Air Force, was that it was a success. It was not a success. Yeah, exactly. So you bringing it back to, should anybody have this power? So it goes to the UN, 1976. All right. You've got, all your major power players are there. And that that is when they decided to create, this is a long name, Convention on the Prohibition of Military or Any Other Hostile Use of Environmental Modification Techniques, otherwise known as ENMOD, ENMOD. All right, so it legally bans using environmental modification as a weapon of war.
Smart.
So what led up to this is Operation Popeye. They learned about that.
Yep.
Mounting paranoia stemming from the Cold War, which was still very much going on then at 76. Continued efforts on weather warfare experimentation. So this wasn't the new thing with just the United States. This was, everybody else was tinkering with this.
Uh-huh.
And that would be something I didn't look into, but something interesting to go down as far as what other countries were doing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so then, yeah. So the climate manipulation research. So it's basically making it illegal for governments to experiment or manipulate climate research with warfare intent. Now, that's important.
Okay, so without warfare intent.
That's important to note. Without
I'm
warfare
reading
intent.
here in the terms and conditions right now.
Right.
So it's all good if it's not for warfare intent. Is that what I'm hearing?
NMOD prohibits hostile use of environmental modification techniques, including, and this is what now it's not just about cloud seeding. There is, I think 5 categories. No, there's 4 categories that they had to touch on, other than just like rain. All right.
Okay.
All right. So atmosphere. That's category number 1. Weather manipulation, storm creation, rain engineering, drought engineering, hurricane influence.
Yeah. It sounds like it's pretty much covering everything here. I mean, if that's only one of the categories.
Oh no, it's gone. Category number 2.
Yeah, hit me.
Earth.
Right on.
Earthquake triggering, tectonic interference, soil destabilization, landside creation.
So this is just like a blanket wide ban on messing with any of this shit?
I'm not even sure. So what's weird is where's this? Where are they coming up with this? They actually had
Oh shit.
They actually had to have.
They had to have had something that could.
Bunch of. I picture. I don't know if there was like a bunch of experts that sat down and was like, what is everybody working on right now?
Yeah.
Like, because mostly what we've just touched on is just cloud seeding mishaps and, just cloud seeding basically. Now we're getting into making hurricanes, triggering earthquakes, fucking with the tectonic plates.
Hey,
all right. And then category number 3 is ocean current manipulation, flood engineering, tsunami generation, river redirection.
Oh shit. I mean, with river redirection, you could literally take out a civilization.
Of course.
I mean, think about it Sorry.
No, it's all right. The last one is space and sky. Ionospheric.
Covering everything.
I know. Ionospheric modification, atmospheric layering interface, climate system manipulation. So basically, don't turn Mother Nature into the god of war.
Yeah. I think we could all agree with that. Yeah, no, I don't see any reason. I don't see why we would give anyone control of this. Now, maybe, if we put this up to a vote, like, let's say, you ask the farmers, is it helping? Is it worth it? Are you guys happy that we're here? Then the whole fucking state, not just the farmers, but the people included, they can collectively make a decision. But right now, as it stands, no one really has a say in it at all. Why don't we get a vote? Why can't I get a vote on this? It's just seems lawless. That's all.
So, you know how I kept reiterating as long as it wasn't for warfare. There's a loophole, and the loophole is it's not for warfare, but that doesn't include peaceful geoengineering research.
So it's but not limited to.
Right. Climate science experiments,
Can't make this shit up.
weather modification for agriculture, drought prevention projects, cloud seeding for water supply,
Yeah.
and civilian climate intervention. So basically, this means the government can research climate manipulation, test atmospheric tech, experiment with weather systems, study ionospheric modification, run geoengineering programs, as long as they claim it's scientific, defensive,
What a load of shit.
environmental, civilian, and non-hostile.
So who is the one to decide what parameters this all falls under?
Jesus.
I
don't
yeah,
know.
nobody
Whoever.
fucking knows is the answer.
The men in hoods, the men in black suits.
Yeah, the
all
man
of them.
behind the curtain.
I don't know.
Sure, I could see that.
But basically, Enmon is bullshit because
it
they're
didn't
like,
stop anything, did
no.
it? No.
But that's the UN for you. I mean, they're there, and its intent is good.
Sure.
But it's like what is the old adage? Like the best laid plans of mice and men, and then until they go awry.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So basically,
Never
you can
read that
plan as much as you can,
Mhm.
but something's still gonna get fucked.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
yeah. That applies to many things in life.
That's
Sure.
in this case, it's no different. There's they could just hide even if there's fuckery afoot, they can just hide behind the fact that, well, we can have this. These are the parameters. We can do this. This is the testing we can do.
Wow. Well, thanks for blowing my mind. And let's talk about another thing.
Go for it.
This is upcoming plans from the UK. Last year, I forget who the fuck, some government agency over in the UK had announced that they are planning to experiment. They want to dim the sun. Do you remember hearing about that? People freaked out about it for about a day, and then it kind of just slid under the radar. And
Like
then,
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, like blocking out the sun.
yes, just like Mr. Burns.
Okay.
So
Like the most evil cartoon character ever created.
yeah, the plan to block out dim the sun, not block out the sun. Dim the sun. Okay, well, what is the goal here? The goal is to inject aerosols into the atmosphere to dim the sun. They were talking about this last year and saying we are doing this soon, and I believe that they were going to start doing that in the year 2026. Now, the attempt that they are making is, well, it's an attempt to cool down the atmosphere. In reality, I don't think they have any idea the unintended consequences that are to come. And by dimming out the sun, I mean, it'd be a domino effect, literally. I mean, something fails, something else fails, and next thing you know, they don't see rain for a year. Who knows?
Right.
That's the whole point of this all. I don't know.
So you say, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if I don't know, then why don't I? I should be educated. You should be educated. Anyone should be educated. They should be transparent about it. And And then we would ideally get to have a say in whether, I think we should try to dim the fucking sun.
So you're telling me that if you mess with the natural order of things like that, there will be unintended consequences.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, I
What
think they
about
don't
money?
know. Fuck money.
What
you
about
know?
money,
Oh,
Clint? Have you thought about
yeah.
money?
Trillions and trillions. It's not enough. They need more. They need more money. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that because I'm not rich. What I do give a fuck about is the fact that history shows us that that whichever country's doing it, they're not really in control. You can seed a cloud. You can do that. You can cause rain to fall in a valley that normally doesn't get rain. We get that. What my issue is the lack of control. They just don't know how to keep it isolated. They don't know what's going to happen down the line.
Rich people, if you're listening to this, which you're not, because we're just poor scum. We would be the people that you would hunt on the Africa. Is more than likely what would happen. Yeah,
we'd have bounties on our head
Yeah.
that were the highest of the order because
they're
like
a white guy.
we're targeting a little bit. Yeah, we're targeting them. We're white.
I
Come
don't
after
think
us.
so. I'm just a fat white American. They could kill me very, very easily. Like I'm not getting very far in a jungle setting. But if I could just speak to all rich people for a second,
Yeah, they would love.
I
to hear
agree
you.
with everything you're doing right now, and I want you to continue to make more money than you ever have, and your children can be little monsters growing up on your money forever. And I hope they make more money than you do. If I can have an earthquake machine, it would be totally worth it. So if
We'll
I
let
could,
you sponsor us.
Yes.
We'll put on whatever you need.
Right.
Just get this man an earthquake machine.
we'll just have it. Rich people, aren't they the greatest?
Yeah.
Aren't they
looking
looking
at you,
out
Bezos?
for all of our best interests? That's
Whoops.
me jerking off all the rich people.
Oh,
One by one.
Fuck
Give
yeah.
daddy his earthquake machine. I want to make a volcano and pretend it's my dick exploding all over the earth and making islands.
Dude, honestly, though, that's probably how they think. They're like, because eventually you can't really amass anything else. You have all the money that you could ever, need or buy anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's actually a pretty reasonable ask.
I'm just finding the
what's the
silver
big
lining in
deal?
all of this.
Yeah.
Like,
You're so good at that, man.
Thank
and
you.
I think that's why you're going to make a great addition to this podcast. Bonus point, just throwing this out there. Maui wildfires. Well, what happened with the Maui wildfires?
a luau that was out of control.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Those Hawaiians like to roast pigs in the ground and whatnot. And it just got out of control because nobody was
it could
communicating.
be. Now this one, there's not a lot I can add on this because I'm honestly not sure if that was any sort of weather manipulation or not. Were the wildfires intentional? I don't really know. There's not a lot of evidence out there. The only thing that I want to put out there.
Wait, there was no like giant magnifying glass that we can find.
No.
That came out of the ground.
If there
that,
was,
like,
it got
pinpointed
scrubbed
down.
from the internet, and
It's out there somewhere.
I wouldn't even be surprised at this point.
We
You know,
need to find the giant
ISS
magnifying glass.
Right. The ISS, every time it passes over, it just like pulls out its little magnifying glass and shoots
Yeah.
a wildfire somewhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even be surprised.
It's just
at
like
this
Lemony
point.
Snicket. That's how he torched all those fucking homes, yo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, could be. But to touch on that just slightly, because I don't have a lot to say about it. Well, what happened after those wildfires? BlackRock. Please don't kill me. I'm not suicidal. BlackRock moved in, bought up a ton of land, took it from the people that had owned it, lived there for many, many years. And I don't think BlackRock, and I know this is going to sound controversial, I don't think BlackRock has our greatest interests at heart.
Don't they just buy like land, and aren't they like a giant realty company that
Yeah.
ain't meaning no harm and
Yeah, dude, they're
very well intentioned?
very well intentioned. Yeah. But anyways, that's all I have to say on that matter. But
How fucking deviant of a name could you come up with
dude,
in
no
Black
shit.
Rock?
What were they thinking?
Black Rock.
Black Rock.
Deathstone. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're telling me.
They're pretty evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people gotta have jobs.
Yep. And well, one more thing to talk about. Why though? See, I wrote it on the note card.
Oh, it says
though?
why
It says
though.
why though?
Then it's not spelled all the way out.
THO.
Okay.
Why though?
Why
Why?
though? Why?
Why is
Why,
there
Quinn?
weather manipulation? I wrote down. I mean, there's probably an endless amount of answers.
'Cause
that
it's
could
cool?
be given. Oh yeah, badass.
It's cool as fuck, man.
Bad.
Could
They
you
just got
imagine being
bored. Yeah,
what?
they just got bored, and it's badass. So.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty fucking. I mean, if I was a scientist and I could create a tsunami and just watch that motherfucker
Oh,
grow,
man.
just lay waste to like some island, just like, oh, I'm hard right now.
Dude, I am not hard, but I could get there.
All right. Well, I'll try.
I just
We'll get
yeah.
there.
So why though? Could be they want control over the crops, whether that's fucking over someone else, or making your own crops grow for your own country. But if you wanted to fuck over another country, well, you could manipulate the weather as such to flood their crops or no rain. I mean,
Like Blind Melon.
could be used as a weapon of warfare. I mean, as you were stating with Project Popeye earlier, it could
Yeah.
absolutely be used as a weapon of warfare. Could it be population control? Maybe. What does our fearless Microsoft founder Bill Gates have to say about population control? We need it. He wants it, and he wants to depopulate the earth. He has been publicly recorded as saying that. If there's anything we know about Bill Gates, it's that he has a lot of money and a lot of influence. Could be to depopulate the earth. If you've been following along with conspiracies at any point in the past 20 fucking years, that's kind of where we're headed. That's kind of what they want. If you weren't aware, now you're aware. It's all speculation. And that's all we can do. We can just speculate. But if you try Googling this stuff, you'll find next to nothing. It's not really covered in media. Nobody's aware that 50 plus countries are cloud seeding, manipulating the weather, yada yada. I don't know about the earthquakes. That's crazy. I'm glad you filled me in on that, and I will genuinely have to look into that myself because you have sparked my interest.
I don't know. I just looked some stuff up and did a thing. I figured in 1976 when they're putting that all together, and then they issue it in 77. They're talking about it then, like, well, clearly that's being worked on, because why would you bring it up?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could just
No
make all
shit.
kinds of shit up. It was just like, and no putting frogs in the sky so it rains down. And also, we cannot make syrup from volcanoes. Can't do that anymore. No more of that. It just, why is it on there? I don't understand. Again, just like a lot of stuff, like, not much you can do.
Not much you can do. Maybe we should name our podcast that.
Welcome to Not Much You Can Do. We're going to talk about shit that's going to destroy your life, and
Right.
you're not going to
Probably
be able to
break you
do
down
anything
emotionally.
Yep. There's times like this when all I can really think about is just being with my family, spending time sitting them down, talking about how Daddy wants an earthquake machine so he can
You were
disrupt
about to say
Canada.
something
I'm gonna
sweet.
fucking just destroy Canada with my earthquake machine.
All for your kids.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
for my kids. And then I'm going to go live with my second family. That's why I really wanted to do this podcast, because if it gets legs and it takes off the ground, I get a little extra money, more
Yeah.
money, and then I get to go live with my second family in
Sure.
Twin Falls, Idaho. Tammy. Shout out to Tammy.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
that's-
Korean and her name's Tammy. I don't know. It's kind of hot.
Did she get it changed?
No, she's just Tammy. It's like, oh, my name's Tammy. And I'm like, oh, goddamn.
When you say it like
Tammy?
Kind of sounds natural.
Yeah. No, it's what she goes by. We don't have any kids yet. We're trying to work on that. It's technically not a family. A lot of birds. It's mostly birds.
Sorry, I just coughed into you. What? Wait, what?
Yeah. No, we don't. I say family, but we don't have any kids yet. It's just mostly birds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. A lot of birds. Woman likes birds for some reason. I think they're fucking unsettling and creepy.
You know our podcast, right?
Yeah, it's
Then I might as well bring this up. Are birds real? Nah, I'm just kidding. We ain't getting into that. Oh yeah. Well, this has been very productive.
Yeah, I think so. This went well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of many podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do things.
We're gonna go places.
Quinn and MG forever for 100 years.
Yeah, 100 years. Maybe we'll get uploaded into the cloud and keep making podcasts.
We will
when we're dead.
I'm gonna just throw my seed all over them clouds.
That's not how
Making
it works.
little
brother.
rain babies. Maybe I'll make a snow baby, a hail baby.
You forgot about the scientific approach.
No, that. Okay. Well,
you cannot impregnate a cloud with your semen. I'm so sorry.
Says you. Not much vision. Just leave it to the creative.
Honestly, the elite would love you. I think your imagination could actually spark some new ideas with them. Don't make this man rich, guys.
No. Earthquake machine.
Like ass play? He'll do anything with the ass.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Well, I think this will probably be the end of our first podcast. We may have another sponsor. I need to check with this guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
our
that's
marketing
right.
Major. MG, do we have another sponsor we
We
need
do
to
indeed.
shout out? Okay.
Oh, we do indeed.
Who else did you find? Or who found you?
This episode of Chaos with Care is proudly sponsored by David's Crackers. Tired of regular old graham crackers? Well, now try David Crackers. These organic whole grain crackers are healthier and taste better than graham crackers. Now you must be asking yourself who David is and why would I buy his crackers? Well, David's the guy that fucks your mom while your dad watches her in a wedding dress in the closet. It's not your fault. Why can't you stop peeing the bed? Now shut the fuck up and buy David's Crackers and help support your parents' newfound sex-positive open marriage. That's David's Crackers.
David's Crackers, y'all. You heard it here first. They're going to blow up. I might go buy a
Get them in your mouth.
package of those tonight.
Yeah, get them in your mouth.
I like it. David's Crackers.
My dad's in a wedding dress in the closet. There's a specific type of audience they're trying to reach out. David's Crackers are wholesome, organic, whole grain crackers. And there's a specific type. Like I think they're reaching out to the kids, speaking mostly to the kids.
Yes.
And their parents are,
Mm-hmm.
their marriage is getting kind of old, tiresome, bored.
And they
Bored
want
in the
to celebrate
bedroom.
sex positivity, so naturally.
Yeah. So there's this guy, David, comes over and just goes to plow town on your mom. While your dad, I mean, I just read the ad, but I could get it.
I don't think you would have. Actually, I was going to say something dark. I will.
No, it's okay.
I don't think you would be reading this ad sponsorship if your mother was still alive. MG.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
unfortunately, she's not with us anymore.
yeah, she did.
Mine's alive.
Thanks for being. Oh,
I don't
okay.
want David to come
Easy
over and
brag.
fuck my mom.
Easy brag for the man's mom who's still alive.
And that is dark. And that's why I didn't say it. Thought about it. You encouraged it. I want that to be known. Well, it's all on record.
Well, my mama's dead and Quinn's mom's alive. What do we do from here? I bet we go kill your mom and then we're even then. Yes, and we're even then. Yo, we'll kill Quinn's mom. We'll kill Quinn's mom.
Oh.
Then we're even then. Oh, ho.
Thank you for that. I will
You're welcome.
probably be singing that in my head for the next couple days. Thank you for tuning in to Chaos with Care.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Finger gun guys.
And that's it.